Get strong.
Hello everyone, I hope all of you are pulling well, you're all fine, good in your health. So in this episode, we are going to talk about the do's of video resume. I'm sure in the last episode, you understood the objectives of the video resume, and now we are going to do the do's of the video resume. Number one, be professional. When I say be professional, I mean that you have to maintain a professional approach, a professional behavior, or a professional demeanor. Next, very important, is the right choice of words and phrases. Make sure that you use whatever word you speak, those are positive words, those are the right words, and those are the words which are really relevant to your video resume with the perspective of satisfying your clients, that is your recruiters. And another important thing is the use of action words and phrases. Now, when I say about the right choice of words and use of action words and phrases, I don't mean that you have to use bombastic English. No. Keep it simple. Please keep it simple. But the words should be different. Say, if you want to say problem, is a colloquial word. But when you use that, if you want to use that word in your resume, so you should use the challenges. I have handled critical challenges instead of saying critical problems. Next is, very importantly, I will use few words. Say for example, you are writing a thesis, you are a PhD guy. So what will you write? You will write to me is that authored. I authored a thesis on PhD on so and so subject. Then another very, very nice word is engineered. See, you have in a project, in a particular project, you want to mention that you crafted that project, you designed or you conceived that project. So you can say that I engineered that project. I engineered my college project which gave such and such outcome. Better word of result is outcome. Next, if you use, there are other good words also. Say if you are into sales and marketing. So what will you say? I have increased sales, right? The better word will be I accelerated sales. So try to understand. Increase, nothing wrong in that. But the better word will be accelerated sales. Next, when we go, there are a few more words which after when I cover this, you will find those action words in your on the screen for you to understand in a better way the use of this sort of action words. If you are a trainer, say you coached, you mentored. Don't say I taught. I trained. Okay, nothing wrong in the words trained and taught. But if you use the word coached, I mentored, so that gives a different dimension. That gives that vibe, that different, what should I say, that really speaks about your personality. You know, there are words that speaks about your personality. Next, very important that you have shaped up a lot of students. So if you are into administration, you administered the system. Say if you are into a process, so you can say you were the processor of the system. You process the system to generate profitable outcome for the organization. So that's a nice word, a nice line. You generated, what I said, you have administered the process, or you have accelerate the process for a profitable outcome. So these are the things that you have to use. Another good word that comes to my mind is, say you want to say that there is an increase in sales. So you can see you boosted sales. So that's a good word, you boosted. So these are the right choice of words and phrases that I am talking about. The next one is a good background. When I say good background, I don't mean that you have to run away here and there and go to the studio for that. When I say a good background, at least it should not be dull, number one. It should have a bright back. It should be a bright background, but bright does not mean flashy. It means bright. Clean background. It should not be the rags hanging here and there. No. Rather, I would suggest you to, avoid printed background. You can, nothing wrong in that. Don't use a wallpaper background. Try to avoid that. Another very important thing is the lighting. Your lighting should be good. If you look at my face, there is no shadow on my face. And also it is not that there is a huge light on my face that I cannot open my eyes. So the lighting is very soothing, but it is not creating any shade on my face or bisecting my face into halves because of the shadows through. And very importantly, make sure there should not be any distracting music here and there. It should be a very calm place where you are taking this show. So this is about the good background. Next, very importantly, guys, make sure that you prepare a script. Say even when I am talking to you, I have a script in front of me. But that doesn't mean that you should read out the script. No. What you have to do, you know the script, you have written the script means the important points. The important notes that you want to, important areas you want to showcase to your recruiter. So when I go about this, very importantly, don't ad-lib your video. Number two, you should, it should be very natural. See, the way I am talking, I'm not trying to show myself that I'm a very good speaker in English, I'm trying to be very fast with my module, I'm trying to use a different accent with you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just in a normal way as a person takes the class, as a tuition class or whatever it is you can say, that's the way I'm talking it out with you. I'm trying to make it very natural, I'm trying to be off the cuff. It should not be, I should not be, using some bombastic words which maybe even I don't know very well what it is all about, and obviously you don't know. I should not be unwantedly, I should be using phrases or quotations or this. So make sure that you use it in a simple way, and it should be like a conversation mode. So this is a very important part when we talk about this. Another very important thing, can you tell me when you are confident about speaking? When you know the word well, when you know the approach of the word. Say, if you want to say, I engineered, you should not say, I engineered. You should say, I engineered the project. I have boosted up my sales. So you know the word and you know the stress. Boosted, not boosted. No, that is an improper pronunciation or usage of the word. So, I boosted. So you should know engineered. You know where the stress should be. So that means when you are using the right stress of the word, that means you know the word and you know the meaning of the word, you know the synonyms and the antonyms of the word. So that means you have a good control of the word that you are speaking, or the good control over the line that you are saying, or good control of the sentence that you are speaking to the recruiter through your video resume. Another important part is that, rather I would say the most important part. I would rather say the most important part. Two things. You should know the object. What is the object of your video resume? One thing, you are selling yourself. That you are the right match for the right job role. Another thing, you should know your audience. So who is your audience here? Your audience here is your recruiter. And you should understand from the shoes of a recruiter what is that he exactly wants to hear from you. And you have to speak that. And what is that he wants to hear from you? Your projects, your interns, your extracurriculars, your co-curriculars, your goal in life. Such sort of things are of importance, utmost importance. And if you are also, say, not a fresher, your accomplishments in your previous organization that you should talk about. And even if you are a fresher, your accomplishments in your college or your school days you should speak about, or also even your achievement. Now I repeat, accomplishment and achievement are two different categories of words. Accomplish is something that you have done with dignity, and achieve is something which you have done the best and you have been rewarded or awarded for that. So don't mix up the word between accomplishment and achievement. So what is that you need to have? You need to know the object. You need to, that is of the video resume, you need to know your audience for the video resume. You need to mention your goals, you need to mention your projects, your co-curriculars, your extracurriculars, and follow it up with your skill sets that you have and the accomplishments and achievements. Next one we'll go is that knowing your audience. As I have repeated once again, please make sure, when I say knowing your audience, so you know you're the recruiter, this is the first part, that he is an HR of any company or a corporate head. Now guys, say you are applying for 2 or 3 different types of job roles, please make sure that you have 2 or 3 different types of video resumes. So you may ask that there are hundreds of job roles, does it mean that we have to make 100 CVs or resumes? No. Video resumes? No. When I say it's about a sector, if you are applying for an IT sector job, have a different resume. If you are applying for a banking sector job, it should be different. If you are going for academics, say maybe you want to be a you want to be a teacher, you want to be a professor. So that video resume should be different from an IT sector and obviously from banking sector, because the requisites, the requirements for this sort of thing, the skills required, the projects required are very different. So obviously you have to make different video resumes according to the sectors that you are applying for. Even if you are applying for a hotel management job, make sure that you make it for that. You cannot have a generalized video resume and serve it to everyone. At the same point of time, when you people are carrying out with your careers and all, so you know which sector you want to join. So you have selected one priority, one sector. This second priority is do, and third priority is another sector. Let's go in a simple way. First priority is IT sector, second priority is banking sector, and third priority may be hospitality sector. So make sure that you have this thing with you. Maybe IT role in a banking sector, maybe job IT role in a hospitality sector, but it should be different with the IT role of an IT sector. So this is about the audience. Next, when we come, it's a very important thing, show, don't tell. Now when I say obviously you're telling, I am speaking. Now when you will be watching my video, whatever the key points I am telling, that you will see popping out in the video, on the video screen. So that is your showing. Say if you are a management graduate from a particular organization, so when you say I am a MBA HR, MBA marketing from say XLRI, so make sure that that is being written and the logo of the organization is there, of your institute is there. Say you have worked for 2 organizations, you are not a fresher, maybe 2-3 years experience you have, and you have worked for 2 organizations, so make sure that those organizations' emblems should come up, the logo should come up on the screen. So it becomes very easy for the recruiter to connect immediately. and it also helps you. Perhaps maybe some word got dwindled, you do not know exactly. So particular words here have got dwindled. But when you show it there, the recruiter who is listening to your video and watching your video, he understands what it is exactly. So that is all about show and tell. And very importantly, if you recall, when I told you about why you should make a video resume, this is the area where you are going to showcase your creativity skills. So once again, how you produce your video resume, that speaks about your creativity skills. Next is keep it brief. The timeline for your video resume is 90 seconds to 120 seconds. So whatever you want to say, you need to speak within that time frame. So you have to practice accordingly so that you meet that time frame. The final point of those is that share with your friends and family, share the video, your video resume, take feedback from them, edit accordingly, and then only upload it in your LinkedIn or your YouTube channel or wherever you want to send it. So do take people's comments on that. So that was all for today. Thank you for watching the channel. So please subscribe my channel. Please make sure that you hit the bell icon, and apart from that, please come share, like, and obviously comment and suggest on our areas of improvement or the type of videos you wish to see. So there on from now, this is Shogato signing off for the way from the channel Phoenix.